Today we will learn chapter 7 coordinate geometry. Geometry and coordinate geometry both are different. In geometry, the location or the position of the figure is not important. But in coordinate geometry, the location of the figure is important. If we know the location of the triangle or if we know the location of the rectangle, we can find its area in coordinate geometry. But in geometry, if we know the sides or base of the triangle and height of the triangle, or if we know the sides of the rectangle, then in geometry we can find the area. But in coordinate geometry, we need to get the location of the figures. If we get the vertices of the figures, we will find its area by coordinate geometry formula. Location of the points in a plane we can easily find with the help of x-axis and y-axis, with the help of horizontal axis and vertical axis. So we learned in class 9 coordinate geometry. We learned actually coordinate geometry connects geometry and algebra. So coordinate geometry is a bridge connecting geometry and algebra. It helps us to study geometry using algebra, or we can say that it helps us to learn algebra using geometry. So it is a bridge connecting geometry and algebra. Coordinate geometry connects geometry and algebra. So in 9th standard we learned how to locate points in a Cartesian plane. So here we have x-axis and y-axis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Here -1, -2, etc. 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, -2, -3, etc. So Cartesian plane, x-axis, then y-axis. Horizontal axis is called x-axis and the vertical axis is called y-axis. And here when we take one point, suppose this is that point A, then we can locate that point by using two numbers. So the first number is called x coordinate and the second number is called y coordinate. So x coordinate, that is the distance of that point from y axis. So distance between that point and y axis. Perpendicular distance between that point and y axis. That is actually here this one. So 3 units. Here 3 units is the distance between that point and y axis. So that is x coordinate. So x coordinate is a point from x axis. So when we draw a perpendicular from that point to x axis, so the point of intersection of that perpendicular and x axis, that is x coordinate. And similarly y coordinate, that is the distance of that point from y axis. So this is the distance of this point from y axis. So the corresponding distance here, so that is 2 units. So this is x coordinate and this is y coordinate. And x coordinate is called abscissa and y coordinate is called ordinate. Abscissa and ordinate. So we can locate and this is ordered pair 3, 2. So this is not a normal pair. This is ordered pair. So x coordinate comes first and y coordinate second. So similarly we can locate the points in a plane with the help of horizontal axis and vertical axis. And similarly we can locate triangles, rectangles, parallelograms, etc. On a plane. And if we know the vertices of that figure, then we can find the distance between 2 points. We can find area of the triangle formed, area of the rectangle formed, etc. So here, with the help of the algebra, with the help of the geometry, with the help of the algebra geometry, so we learn, we will find the area of the figure, distance between 2 points, etc. So first we are in this chapter. We are going to learn distance formula. Then we will learn how to find the area of a triangle. Then we will learn section formula. So first we are going to learn distance formula. Distance formula. So here we will learn how to find the distance between 2 points. So here A, ordered by x1, y1, and here B, x2, y2. So now we know the location of that points x1, y1 and A and B. So A, the coordinates of A, x1, y1 and the coordinates of B, x2, y2. And here we can draw horizontal axis and vertical axis, and this is x-axis and this is y-axis. So x1, so this is x1. So when we draw a perpendicular from A to x-axis, then the point of intersection of that perpendicular and x-axis, that is x coordinate x1, and here this is y1. And similarly here when we draw a perpendicular, so that point, this is x2, and here perpendicular from that point to y-axis, that is y2. So here we need to find AB, distance between A and B. So we can draw a perpendicular, we can form a right triangle here. So here triangle ABC, right triangle let us see, and here we need to find AB. AB. So this is a right triangle, so we can apply Pythagoras theorem. So when we apply Pythagoras theorem, AB is equal to square root of AC square plus BC square. That is Pythagoras theorem. Hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus altitude square. Now we can find the AC square. So here AC. So here we can find the coordinate of C. Coordinate of C is actually here. When we draw a perpendicular from C to this one, so that is x2, and y coordinate y1, x2 and y2. So when we find AC, so AC is actually AC, this distance minus this one. So here from origin to this point, that is x2, and origin to this point, that is x1. So here AC is equal to x1, x2, here this distance, and AC same. So AC we can find AC is equal to x2, x2 means total distance, minus x1, that is this AC. So AC is equal to x2 minus x1. AC square is x2 minus x1 all square plus. Now we have to find BC. So BC means this distance minus this one. So that is BC. BC is equal to total distance minus distance from C. So here total distance, that is y2. Y2 here. Y2 minus y1. This is y1, this is y2. So this distance is BC, that is y2 minus y1 all square. So the distance formula, that is AB is equal to distance between A and B. Coordinates of A, x1, y1, and coordinates of B, x2, y2. Then AB is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 all square plus y2 minus y1 all square, that is distance formula. So we can find the distance between any 2 points if we know the coordinates of that points. So AB is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 all square plus y2 minus y1 all square. So now we can do some questions by using distance formula. So we are going to do exercise 7.1. Exercise 7.1. Question number 1. Exercise 7.1. We will do question number 1. Here find the distance between the following pairs of points. So we can do second question. Second one. We have 2 points. We can take it as A minus 5, 7, ordered pair minus 5, 7, and B we can take as ordered pair minus 1, 3. So we need to find the distance between A and B. So we can take it as AB. AB is equal to, now we can write the formula. Formula is x2 minus x1 all square plus y2 minus y1 all square, that is distance formula. Square root of x2 minus x1 all square plus y2 minus y1 all square. So here x1 and y1, we can take it as x1, then y1, and x2, y2. So if you want, we can change the order. This one can be taken as x1, y1 and x2, y2. So as you like, we can take in any order. Now x2 minus x1 all square, that is 3x2. x2 is this one. AB is equal to under root x2 minus x1 all square plus y2 minus y1 all square. So under root x2 minus x1 all square, that is under root minus 1 minus minus 5 whole square plus x2 minus x1. x2 is minus 1. Then minus sign minus x1 that is minus 5 whole square plus y2 minus y1 that is 3 minus 7 whole square. That is equal to square root of minus 1 minus into minus that is plus 5 whole square plus 3 minus 5 sorry 3 minus 7 that is minus 4 whole square. Then square root of minus 1 plus 5 that is 4 square plus minus 4 square. So that is 4 square that is 16 minus 4 square also 16 that is square root of 32 that is square root of 2 into 16 that is 32 square root of 16 that is 4 root 2 units. So this is the distance between the 2 points by using distance formula. Similarly, we can do question number 1 first part and second part same method. Then second question, find the distance between the points 0 0 and 36 15. Can you now find the distance between the two towers A and B discussed in section 7.2. So second question also same type by using the same formula. By using this distance formula we can find distance between the 2 points. So that is very simple. So you can do by yourself. Now we are going to do question number 3. That question is determine if the points, here 3 points are given, we need to check whether they are collinear or not. Third question, we have 3 points ordered where 1 5, ordered where 2 3 and ordered where minus 2 minus 11. Then we need to check whether they are collinear or not. Collinear points. 3 points are collinear if they lie on the same line. Collinear points. Collinear. 2 points are said to be collinear if they lie on the same line. So A, B, C. They are collinear if A, B and C are on a same line. So if they are on a same line, then when we find a distance between AB and BC, AB and BC, distance between AB and distance between BC we can find. Then distance between AC also we will find. And if they are collinear, then AB plus BC equal to AC. AB plus BC is equal to AC. And if they are non-collinear, that means if they are not on the same line, A, B, C. If they are not on the same line, then when we find AB plus BC, then we get a triangle here. When we join them, we can find AB, we can find BC. And if they are not collinear, then AB plus BC is greater than AC. So that is angle in a triangle, sum of any 2 sides is greater than the third side. So by using that property, we can say AB plus BC is greater than AC if ABC are non-collinear points. So if you want to check whether they are collinear or non-collinear, we will find AB, BC and AC, and if sum of any 2 equal to third one, then they are collinear. If sum of any 2, AB plus BC, is greater than third one, they are non-collinear. So here we have 3 points. First we will find AB, let the points, we can take as A here, A, and let it be B, and here C. Then we will find AB, by using distance formula we will find AB. Then we will find BC, then we will find AC. By using distance formula, we will find AB, BC and AC. Then when we find AB, we can take it as x1, y1, x2, y2 when we find AB. So AB is equal to x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 whole square plus 3 minus 5 whole square. That is square root of 2 minus 1, that is 1. 1 square, that is 1 plus 3 minus 5, that is minus 2, minus 2 square, that is 4. So we will get a square root of 5. And here BC, when we find BC, we will take it as x1, y1 and we can take it as x2, y2. Then again formula, x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. x2 minus x1, that is minus 2 whole square. minus 2 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square minus 11 minus 3 whole square. Now we can simplify. Minus 2 that is minus 4 square that is 16 minus 11 minus 3 that is plus minus 11 minus 3 that is minus 14 then 14 square 196. Then we will find their sum 196 plus 16 that is square root of 212 square root of 212. Then we will find AC. So AC that is again distance formula. Then when we can take it as x1 y1 x2 y2. Then y2 minus x2 minus x1 the whole square that is minus 2 minus 1 whole square plus minus 11 minus 5 minus 11 minus 5 whole square. Then we will simplify, and if we get AB plus BC equal to AC, then we can say that it is collinear, and if their sum not equal to third one, then they are non-collinear points. So you can easily complete this one. Just to find this value and check whether sum of these two equal to third one or not. So you can complete it. Then fourth question. Question number 4. Fourth one. Check whether 5 minus 2, 6 4, ordered by 6 4, 7 minus 2 are the vertices of an isosceles triangle. So we have to check whether these 3 points are the vertices of isosceles triangle. So if it is an isosceles triangle, triangle ABC, so let the vertices be A, then B, then here C. If it is an isosceles triangle, then in isosceles triangle 2 sides will be equal. So we need to find the AB, BC and the AC of that triangle. So here we can find AB square root of distance formula we will use x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Simplify, we will get AB. Then the same way we will find BC. Then we will find AC. We will find all the 3 sides. And here if any 2 sides are equal, then we can say that it is isosceles triangle. So here if first 2 sides are equal, then no need to find the third side. Then we can say it is isosceles. And if first one and second one are not equal, then we have to find the third one. Then we will compare, and if any 2 sides are equal, then the triangle will be isosceles. So we already learned how to find the distance between 2 points. So by using that method we can find AB, AC and BC using distance formula, then compare. That's it. So that question you can do. Then now we are going to do question number 6. Sixth one. And here name the type of the quadrilateral formed, if any, by the following points and given a reason for your answer. Sixth one. And here given minus 1, minus 2, then 1 comma 0, then minus 1 comma 2, then minus 3 comma 0, minus 1, minus 2, 1 0, minus 1 2, minus 3 0. So these are the vertices, 4 vertices. Name the type of the quadrilateral formed, if any, by the following points and give the reason for your answer. So we can take the vertices A, B, C and D. So here A, B, C and D. So here this question is very lengthy. So I will explain how to do that question. Then you have to do by yourself. Here we will write all the vertices A, minus 1, minus 2 and B, 1 comma 0 and C, minus 1 comma 2 and D, minus 3 comma 0. Then we will join AC and BD. Then in lower class we learned quadrilaterals are different types. in parallelogram, if it is a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal, then diagonals are different. If it is a parallelogram, if it is not a rectangle, then in parallelogram, opposite sides are equal, diagonals different. Then we can say that it is a parallelogram. Then rectangle. In rectangle, opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal. Then diagonals also equal. Diagonals are equal. Because in parallel, this is parallelogram. In parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. In rectangle also opposite sides are equal. Rectangle is a parallelogram. But if it is not a rectangle, if it is only a parallelogram, if it is not satisfying the property of rectangle, then the diagonals will be different. So, if opposite sides are equal and diagonals are different, then we can say it is a parallelogram. And if opposite sides are equal, then diagonals are equal, then it will be a rectangle. Then square. So this is square. In square, all sides are equal, then diagonals also equal. All sides are equal, diagonals are equal in square. Then rhombus. In rhombus, all sides are equal. All sides are equal, but diagonals are different. So these are the different figures. So here 4 vertices are given, A, B, C, D. We will write in same order. Then we need to find AB. In rhombus, diagonals are different. So here all sides are equal, then diagonals will be different. In square, all sides are equal, diagonals are equal. In rectangle, opposite sides are equal, diagonals are equal. In parallelogram, opposite sides are equal, diagonals are different. So here, in this question, we need to find AB, we need to find BC, CD and DA. By using distance formula, we will find all the 4 sides. Then we will find diagonals AC and BD. So all the 4 sides we need to find. Then diagonals also we will find by using distance formula. And here, after getting these all 4 sides and diagonals, first we have to make sure it is a quadrilateral. If it is a quadrilateral, we have different triangles here. So in a triangle, sum of any 2 sides greater than third side. So here we will find AB, BC, CD, DA, AC and BD. And in every triangle, sum of any 2 sides should be greater than third side. Then only we can say that the quadrilateral formed. That means that the triangle is forming. If the triangle is forming, all the triangles are forming, then the quadrilateral will be formed. So first we have to check whether sum of any 2 sides in any triangle is greater than the third side. So no need to write the steps. You just do that calculation in your mind and make sure it is a quadrilateral. Means here sum of these 2 sides should be greater than this one, sum of these 2 should be greater than this one, and in this triangle sum of these 2 should be greater than this. In this triangle, sum of these 2 sides greater than this, etc. So like that we need to make sure. Then if opposite sides are equal and the diagonals are different, then it will be a parallelogram. If opposite sides are equal and the diagonals are different, then it will be a parallelogram. So opposite sides, if AB equal to CD and AD and BC are equal, then diagonals AC not equal to BD, it will be a parallelogram. Then if opposite sides are equal, then diagonals are equal. That is AB equal to DC, AD equal to BC and diagonals also equal. Then we can say that it is a rectangle. Opposite sides are equal, diagonals are equal. Then if all sides are equal, then it can be a square or a rhombus. if all sides are equal and diagonals are equal, AB equal to BC is equal to CD equal to AD, and AC and BD are equal, then we can say that it is a square. If all sides are equal and diagonals are different, AB equal to BC is equal to CD equal to AD, and diagonals AC not equal to BD, then we can say that it is a rhombus. So you can complete that question. So it is very lengthy. So you need to find all the four sides and diagonals by using distance formula. Then compare. Then you can decide. So this is the definition of parallelogram, rectangle, square, rhombus, etc. So we can easily do that questions. So we have three parts. So you can do that parts. Now we are going to do question number 7. Seventh question. In question number 7, find the point on the x-axis which is equidistant from 2 minus 5, ordered where 2 minus 5 and ordered where minus 2 9. Point on x-axis. So suppose it is x-axis and the point on x-axis. That point is equidistant from another 2 points. When we take any point on x-axis, that point, when we take any point on x-axis, its y-coordinate will be 0. So here, this is x-axis and y-axis. So when we take any point from x-axis, so here 1, 2, 3. So this is ordered where 2, 3. Sorry, ordered where 2, 0. This point is ordered where 2, 0. Here 3, 0. So when we take any point from x-axis, y-coordinate is 0. And similarly, when we take any point from y-axis, its x-coordinate is 0. This is 0, 1. This is 0, 2. So here, when we take any point from y-axis, its x-coordinate is 0. And similarly, when we take any point from x-axis, its y-coordinate is 0. So here in this question, find the point on x-axis. So let the point on x-axis be x, the general form of a point on x-axis, that is x comma 0. And the general form of a point on y-axis, that is 0 comma y. So this is the general form of a point on y-axis, because its x-coordinate is 0 and y-coordinate can be any number. And this is the general form of a point on x-axis, that is ordered where x 0. So here this is a point on x-axis. So let the point on x-axis be x comma 0. And this point is equidistant from 2 points. So here let the point be P and A, B. So A is given ordered where 2 minus 5 and B is given minus 2, 9. 2 minus 5 and minus 2, 9. And here this point P equidistant from A and B. That means equal distance. P is equidistant from A and B. So we can take let the point on x-axis be P x comma 0, and the other points are A is given 2 comma minus 5 and B minus 2 comma 9. Then it's given this point is equidistant from that 2 points. So that means we can write we have PA equal to PB, equal distance, PA and PB are equal. So PA equal to PB. That is square root of PA. Distance between P and A. That is distance formula x2 minus x1 all square plus we can take it as x1, y1 and this one x2, y2. So distance between P and A, that is x2 minus x1 all square plus y2 minus y1 all square. So we can take it as 2 minus x all square. 2 minus x all square plus minus 5 minus 0 all square, minus 5 minus 0 all square. That is distance between P and A, that is PA, equal to square root of PB, distance between P and B, that is minus 2 minus x all square plus 9 minus 0 all square, 9 minus 0 all square. And here both the sides we have radical, so it will be cancelled. Then 2 minus x whole square, we can use identity a minus b whole square. So 2 square, that is 4 minus a minus b whole square, that is a square minus 2ab plus b square, a square 2 square 4 minus 4x minus 2 into 2 into x, that is minus 4x plus x square plus minus 5 minus 0, that is minus 5 minus 5 square, that is 25, equal to radical cancel now. And again here also we can apply identity, minus 2 minus x whole square, that is minus 2 square, that is 4, then minus 2ab, that is minus into that is 4x, that is minus 2ab, minus 2 into minus 2 into minus x, that is 4x plus minus x whole square, that is x square. Then 9 minus 0 whole square, that is 9 square, that is 81. So here both the sides we have x square cancelled now, and we have 4 both the sides cancelled now. Then we can take 81 from 4x, minus 4x we can take from 25 minus 81 is equal to 4x minus 4x we can take from left to right, minus 4x minus 4x, that is 4x plus 4x, that is 8x, and here 25 minus 81, that is 56, so that is 56 is equal to 8x. So therefore x is equal to 56 divided by 8, so that is equal to 7. So the value of x is equal to 7. Therefore the points, therefore the required point on x-axis, is the point on x-axis, that is ordered pair x comma 0. So the value of x we got, that is ordered pair 7 comma 0. So this is the answer, ordered pair 7 0. So here once again listen here. Let the point on x-axis, that is ordered pair x 0. Then that point is equidistant from these 2 points. So we can write a PA equal to PB. Now we can write distance formula both the sides. Then that is under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, same. Then we will use identity, then simplify, we got the value of x, that is 7. Therefore the point 7 comma 0. Now we will do question number 8. Eighth question. Find the value of y between the points P and Q is 10 units. So it's given PQ is equal to 10 units, and P is given 2 comma minus 3. P is 2 comma minus 3, and Q 10 comma y, 2 comma minus 3, 10 comma y, and the distance between them PQ is given 10 units. We need to find the value of y. So PQ is equal to 10 units. So PQ, that is distance between P and Q. By using distance formula we can find distance between them x1 y1 and x2 y2. Then when we use distance formula, that is square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So that is 10 minus 2 whole square plus y minus 3, that is y plus 3 whole square, equal to 10. PQ is equal to 10, that is 10 minus 2 whole square plus y minus 3, that is y plus 3 whole square, equal to 10 units. Now squaring both the sides, so we can avoid that radical. So when we take square both the sides, 10 minus 2, that is 8 square, that is 64 plus y plus 3 whole square, y square plus a plus b whole square identity, 2 into y into 3, 6y plus 3 square 9 equal to 10 square, that is 100. So squaring both the sides, squaring, that is here 10 minus 2, that is 8 square 64, and here y plus 3 whole square identity, that is y square plus 2 into 3 into y, 6y plus 3 square 9 equal to 10 square, that is 100. That is y square plus 6y, y square plus 6y, then 64 plus 9, that is 73 equal to 100. That is y square plus 6y. Then 73 minus 100. So we can take 100 from right to left. Then it will be 27 minus 27 equal to 0. So now we got a quadratic equation, y square plus 6y minus 27 equal to 0. And when we find the value of y from here, we will get the answer. So this is a quadratic equation. So by splitting the midterm, we need to find the value of y. So here the product minus 27 and the middle term 6. So we need to find two numbers. Their product is equal to minus 27 and their sum is equal to 6. Product minus 27 and the sum is equal to 6. So product minus 27, that means a bigger number positive and the smaller number should be negative. Then only their product, their sum should be positive, sum will be positive and their product minus 27. So here we can find 9 and 3. 9 minus 3. 9 minus 3 is equal to 6 and 9 into minus 3 equal to minus 27. So we will write a y square plus 6 can be written as 6y, that is equal to 9y minus 3y minus 27 equal to 0. Splitting the midterm, 6y is equal to 9y minus 3y minus 27 equal to 0. Then from first two terms we can take y outside, that is y plus 9. And from next two terms we can take minus 3 outside. So y plus 9, because minus 3 into y, that is minus 3y, minus 3 into plus 9, that is minus 27 equal to 0. So we have y plus 9 in the bracket, y plus 9 common, so y minus 3 equal to 0. Y plus 9 outside, so y minus 3. That is y plus 9 equal to 0 or y minus 3 equal to 0. If y plus 9 equal to 0, y is equal to minus 9 or y is equal to 3. So we got two values for y. Y is equal to minus 9 or y is equal to 3. Exercise 7.1. Minus 9 and 3. So we got the values of y. So here PQ is given. PQ is equal to 10 units. That is the distance between P and Q. And here by using distance formula, we can find the distance PQ is equal to 10 units. Then squaring both the sides, we got a quadratic equation. Then by splitting the midterm, we can find the values of y. And here we got two values, minus 9 and plus 3. Now we have two more questions. Question number 9. Ninth question. If Q ordered by 0, 1 is equidistant from P and R. Q that is given 0, 1 is equidistant from P and R. P ordered by 5 minus 3 and R ordered by x comma 6. X comma 6. Find the value of x. Also find distance QR and PR. So here Q is equidistant from P and R. So we can say write QP is equal to QR. Q is equidistant from P and R. So QP is equal to QR. So QP, distance between Q and P, and QR, distance between Q and R. So we can take it as x1 y1, x2 y2. So when we find QP, that is under root x2 minus x1 the whole square, that is 0 minus 5 whole square, plus y2 minus y1 whole square, 1 minus minus 3, that is 1 plus 3 whole square, equal to 1 minus minus 3, that is 1 plus 3 whole square. Then square root of QR, we can take it as x1 y1, x2 y2, x2 minus x1 whole square, 0 minus x whole square, plus 1 minus 6 all square, 1 minus 6 all square. Radical both the sides cancelled. Then 0 minus 5, that is minus 5, minus 5 square, that is 25. 1 plus 3, that is 4, 4 square, that is 16, equal to, right side we have x square, then 1 minus 6, 5, minus 5, minus 5 square, that is plus 25, and both the sides we have 25 cancelled. Therefore x square is equal to 16, therefore x is equal to plus or minus 4. So we have two values for x is plus 4 or x is equal to minus 4. Then we need to find the distance QR and PR. So here we have two cases. When x is equal to 4, we need to find the QR. That means the distance between Q and R. So here we will replace x by 4. Then we can find the QR is equal to, when we replace x by 4 here, then distance between them, x2 minus x1 the whole square, that is 0 minus 4 whole square plus 1 minus 6 whole square. So when we simplify, we will get a QR. And similarly we can find a QP. So that is QP is equal to, and here when x is equal to, and here Q is equidistant from P and R. So here also find the distance QR and PR. So here QP is equal to, here already we got 0 minus 5 whole square plus 1 minus 3 whole square, 0 minus 5 whole square plus 1 minus 3, that is 1 plus 3 whole square. Simplify, you will get it. And one more case we have, when x is equal to minus 1. When x is equal to minus 1, we need to find a QR again. So here we will replace x by minus 1. So when we replace x by minus 1, here we will get a 0 minus 4 whole square plus 1 minus 6 whole square. That is square root of 0 minus 1, 4. That is 4 square, that is 16, plus 1 minus 6, that is minus 5 square, that is 25. Then when we simplify, you will get a QR. And here QP will be same. In both the cases we have same QP, so no need to find it again. But the QR will be different because in first case the value of x is equal to plus 4. So QR will be like this. And in second case the value of x will be when x is equal to minus 4, not minus 4. Then QR will be 0 minus 4, that is 0 plus 4, that is 16 plus 25. But the final answer will be same here. So here also 4 square, that is 16 plus 1 minus 6, that is minus 5, that is 25. And here square root of 41, and here also square root of 41. So the answer will be final answer will be same, square root of 41, square root of 41. But here when we write the steps, it will be different. 0 minus 4, here 0 minus 4, because here x is equal to 4, and in second case x is equal to minus 4, but the final number will be same. So that is question number 9. Now we have one more question, that is question number 10. Tenth question. Find the relation between x and y. Question number 10. Find the relation between x and y such that the point xy is equidistant from the point. Point xy is equidistant from the point. We can take it as P and A, 3, 6, and B, minus 3, 4. So here find a relation between x and y such that xy is equidistant from the point 3, 6, minus 3, 4. 3, 6, minus 3, 4. That means PA and PB are equal. P is equidistant from A and B. So we can write that PA equal to PB. Then we need to find the relation between x and y. So PA equal to PB. PA square root of x minus 3 whole square. Distance formula, x minus 3 whole square plus y minus 6 whole square equal to PB, x minus 3, x minus 3 whole square plus y minus 4 whole square. Y minus 4 whole square. Then radical will be cancelled. Then x minus 3 whole square. A minus b whole square identity. X square minus 6x plus 9. A square minus 2ab minus 2 minus 6x plus 3 square 9 plus y minus 6 whole square. That is y square minus 12y plus 36. Y square minus 2 into y into 6, that is 2 into 6 minus 12y plus 36, and equal to radical cancel x plus 3 whole square. X minus 3, that is x plus 3, that is x square plus 3 square 9, then middle term 6x, 2 into 3 into x, that is 6x, and similarly here y square and y square, then plus 4 square 16, then middle term minus 8y, and here x square cancelled, y square cancelled, then rest of the terms will not be cancelled. So we can take all the terms from right to left. So or we can take minus 6x and minus 12y from left to right. So 9 plus 36 45, 9 plus 36 45, and there we have one number, sorry, 9 also will be cancelled, 9 will be cancelled, here 9 and here also 9. Now we have 36 here and 16 there, so we can take minus 6x minus 12y plus 36, minus 6x minus 12y plus 36, we can take from right to left, minus 6x, then minus 16. When we take from right to left, the sign will be opposite sign, plus 6x become minus 6x, and plus 16 becomes minus 16, and minus 8y becomes plus 8y equal to 0. And here minus 6x, that is minus 12x, minus 12y plus 8y, that is minus 4y, then 36 minus 16, that is 20 plus 20 equal to 0. Now we can divide it by 4. So when we divide it by 4, we will get we can divide it by 4, that is minus 3x minus y plus, when we divide it by 4, that is plus 5 equal to 0. Or we can take minus 3x and minus y we can take from left to right. So 5 is equal to 3x plus y, or we can write 3x plus y equal to 5, or 3x plus y minus 5 equal to 0. So this is the relation between x and y, 3x plus y equal to 5. So here we got one equation, linear equation in x and y. So that is the relation between x and y if P is equidistant from A and B.